In today's video, we'll dive deep into some more insight about the AP, accounts payable aging analysis. You might be doing some normal analysis of the aging report, like keeping them in the different brackets from 0 to 30 and 60, 90, and whatever the brackets you have. But there is another way of, this kind of analysis, what we are going to do in this video. You can use it for the cash management, you can do it for the vendor management, you can do it like for some more insights, presenting it to your management. You can use it in your month-end reports on a PPTs and everything. Okay, so let's get started by extracting the data from SAP. I'll be extracting two data sets. One will be YTD July data and the other one will be YTD August. So we'll be comparing both of them. Okay, so I'll log into my SAP system. It's a SAP Fury web app, and here we can go to the tile manage supplier line items. Okay, once you go in there for an aging report, if you are going, like for in my scenario, I'll be extracting two scenarios. One is Y2D July and Y2D August. So first we can select all the statuses of the item which are open as of 31st July. And I'll be considering only the normal items. I am not including any special GL indicators or those transactions which are related to noted items or customers or parked items. So now you can see that there are FI documents, there is a company code, but to make it unique, you need to bring at least 3 columns to your data. In the SAP, how it works is that the FI document can be repeated in different company codes and also in different years. So to make it unique, at least you need to have company code, fiscal year, and the FI document. So we'll go to the filters, bring all the data out. Let's rearrange the data. So once we will extract the data, it will be in the right form already. You don't need to do some further editing. Okay, let's export it into Excel and let's see how it looks like. Now the first of all, whenever you extract any data, it comes it comes in a text shape. So you need to convert your whatever data is required to be converted to numbers. You need to convert it to numbers all in once. You can do it. Select all the data. There is a little small yellow triangle. You can click on that and select the convert to numbers, and all of the data will be converted to numbers. Instead of doing it, you can do with the delimiter, you can do any other option also, but that you need to do it one by one. There are shortcuts also. I have created videos on that, but this is the most easiest way of doing it. So let's save our this file as supplier aging Y2D July. This is supposed to be with us, but since I've been preparing the data from scratch, so I'm expecting that we don't have any data with us, even the last month's aging report. So I'll create both aging reports now for the last month Y2D and this month's Y2D also. Okay, now let's go to the SAP Fury again and change the open item date to 31st August. Now we can see all the open items as of 31st August, and they are amounted to, you can see the amount in the bottom also. Let's extract the data into Excel and do the same formatting to this data also. Let's convert all those text into numbers. Now for my ease, instead of working on two separate workbooks, I'll bring both of the data sets to one workbook into different sheets. So we can rename the sheets as Y2D July 2024 and Y2D August 24. And let's make another sheet for the reconciliation working and the summary or pivot tables or the charts, whatever you like if you want everything in to be one sheet, that's up to you. Let's put some basic formattings like header, auto fit the columns and rows. Now let's start with creating a unique document which can help us differentiate which documents were in last aging report and not in current aging, and which are in current aging which were not there in the last aging report. So for that to happen, obviously you need to find a unique column. On that you can put some, there are multiple ways. Again, you can do the simplest way is VLOOKUP, otherwise you can go with the index match also, but our data is not that complex, so we'll just go with the simple VLOOKUP. But even for that you need to have a helper column. So let's add a helper column. And what makes this data unique, as I told you earlier also, that in SAP there is, to make any document unique, you need to concatenate three columns, which is company code, fiscal year, and the FI document. You can do it in any order, but this has to be all the concatenation of these three columns. So, but concatenation can be done in two ways also. Again, there is another video I have created on that. You can use a concat formula, or you can do the text join. So I'll be doing, since we have two data sets, I'll be showing you both. In one data set I'll be using concatenate, the other one will be using text join, so you can see the difference also. Now in this one we'll use the text join. So first you need to identify the delimiters. There are no delimiters, so simply I'll just leave it blank, press comma, and move forward to the next parameter, and then we'll select all three columns and drag it down to all rows. To remove it, what we can do is simply just copy the same data, paste it on the same place, and with the paste special. There is a formula, I'm just writing it on the screen. So now the data is ready to be VLOOKUPed, and you can do the same on the other sheet as well. Now let's do the lookup into both sheets. To do that, you need to add another helper column. Let's start by looking up the values in YTD July 2024 sheet into August 1, and let's see which of the values means which of the invoices are still there in YTD August report and which are not. So there you can see there are some errors, not the errors like not found. So that means wherever the data is found means the invoice still is available in the next aging also, means it is still not paid. The one which is not available in the August data means that invoice must have been paid or deleted or the action has been taken. Now let's do the same thing in August data. So here if you find the invoices, that means the same, that invoices were still not paid in the last aging and are still not paid yet. And whatever the where you couldn't find the invoices, that means that either that invoice was not included in the previous aging or is a new invoice which is posted during this month. Now just as I explained it to you, we can name it, we can put a name to all the looked up values. Like for example in July, if you have found the invoice, that means that invoice is also available in Y2D August 2024. And let's look for the values which we couldn't find. So those are the values we can say that simply not available or not available in August or anything like that. And later we can just analyze furthermore. So just for a surety and double check, you can go and open the filters and you can see that if you have not missed anything, so if everything is good to go, we can move further with some formatting. Like You can do a formatting on the numbers, all the numbers in SCP for the invoices. It's represented with a negative sign. So to remove that, what you can do is there is a quick fix. You can first of all, let's put the subtotal formula. And next you can put a -1, a sign on top or somewhere, just for the reference. And then you can copy that and paste with values, but with the indicator of multiplication on top of all the amounts. So what you can do is you can press Alt ESV and then press M, or simply just click on the multiply and then press OK. What it will do is it will multiply all the values with -1. So you know the simple math, it's like minus plus minus, and minus is actually a plus. So it has removed all the negatives from your values. Now let's do it for the other data set also, the same thing. So just to synchronize and just to keep the data in harmony. Now let's add some comments for the August dataset. If you have found the invoices, or the invoices which you have found from the looked up values, that means they are also available in both sets or in July 24. And the invoices which you couldn't find in August, we can just mention that either they are not available or not available in July 24 dataset. And then further we can analyze more. So now let's go with the reconciliation working. Just we can go with some header we can mention as reconciliation. We can mention what this reconciliation is regarding to. It's Y2D July 24 versus Y2D August 2024. Just to bring some clarity, we can remove the grid lines. That you can do by going to View tab and uncheck the grid lines. Now let's see. First, let's bring the data into shape. What type of comments we have mentioned? Let's bring all the comments to this sheet and then we can cleanse them. So we can have like a reference from where this data is coming from, with which data set, like July or August file. What is the status of the invoice in that data set? And what that item actually it is, what exactly it means. Is it closed, is it paid, is it unpaid, opening balance, closing balance? And the amounts is simply would be the amount related to that comment. Our reference will be 4 references. Since we have 2 comments in each data set, so we'll be mentioning Y2D July 2 times and August 2 times. And you can do it manually, or you can bring it the unique values in each data set. Since we have only 2 comments in each data, so system will automatically bring 2 sets. This formula is simple, equal to unique, and then you can just go on and select the array from the data set, which would be our status column, column G. So let's analyze the data now. Let's bring them into shape, since we will be using those item and amounts only in our charts. I forgot to add 2 more rows that would indicate the opening and closing balance. So that also we can add them in the start as an opening balance. That opening balance would be from the Y2D July 2024 file, and the closing balance would be from August Y2D file. Let's first bring the opening and closing balance from the data sets. You can either do it as sum if formula, you can do it directly equal to formula and give a reference to the total which you have already done in the data set. It's up to you. You can just make it automate or dynamic or something, but I'm just doing it simply. The next, now we need to identify the 4 items we have in our main data. So for each comment we have, let's bring the data into the main reconciliation file. That can be done by putting a simple SUMIFs formula. What you are going to do is you are going to tell the system what is the total or what is the sum you are going to take it from column K, and what would be the range from column G, and the criteria you already have in the reconciliation file, which is available in YTD August 2024. There you go. You can copy paste, or you can do a drag, or you can just go to the down cell and press Ctrl D. It will automatically take it from the top row, or sorry, cell. Now the same formula you need to apply on the next 2 items which are coming from another data set of August file. Same SUMIF formula, same you will bring from the status and bring it over here. Now we know as a basic math that when it comes to the opening balance, the movement should give us a clear picture that how the opening balance has been converted into closing balance. So the total of opening plus the movement should be the closing balance. Now we can see that there is a duplication. Since the data which is available in both files, we need to remove that data from our reconciliation. We'll only keep the reconciliation items. So whatever is available in both sheets, like the 3 million, you can see that we will remove it. And let's remove the formulas, so it will be easy for, if we change any value or delete any cell, it will be easy for us to retain the values of the rest. Now you can see that 32 million is the opening balance coming from Y2D July file. 29 million is something which is already paid. Okay, that is also coming from July file. So means if you have an invoice in July Y2D aging and you couldn't find it in August, so there are only 2 reasons: either that invoice has been deleted from the system, reversed, or it has been paid already, so it is not anymore in the open items. So but we will not dive deep into that much analysis, but we'll just mention it that it is not available means it is paid. So the invoices which are in August file and were not there in July file means those are either new invoices, or maybe the clearing has been removed or something like that. But again, we'll go with the simple one, which is the invoices are new. So now the formula we came up with the formula is opening balance less paid invoices, add new invoices in this month, and you will have a closing balance which would be matching with your Y2D aging report. So if we go to the recommended charts, the system will tell you about some stacked charts or the column charts, but we will go with the waterfall chart since it will give you a very nice transition that how the balance has moved from opening to closing and what were the exact movements in between. So now you can see that the chart is there already, the system has picked up, but the value you just need a bit of formatting. The first thing to do is to change the numbers to millions. For that to happen, you can go press Ctrl+1, or you can go to the formatting option, go to custom number tab, and within that there is a column section, custom section, and you can replace it with the one I'm just writing it down, 0.00 and following with 2 commas. So 1 comma actually represent a million. It will reduce the value by 1000, so 2 commas means it will reduce it by 1 million. So now you can say that your amounts are in millions. I have kept the decimals to give a better clarity, but it's up to you. Let's make the chart a bit bigger. For some enhanced formatting, we'll remove the grid lines of the chart, and let's make it just to give it a clean look. We'll change the color of opening and closing balances to something which could differentiate from the movement. So let's do it with the standard gray or black, whatever you want to use it, and just leave the rest of the color of the movements same as it is. So now you can see it's giving it a very clean look on that. Let's give this chart a title: AP movement YTD July 2024 versus YTD August 2024. Now for the axis, there is decimals coming over there. That also you can remove the decimals. You can go to format axis option, and you can just format it as per your need. So what I will do is I will remove the decimals from there, since I already have decimals in the chart values. There's still one thing missing, that nobody knows what this value represent. What exactly is 32.2 or 4.8? So it's actually a million. So what we can do is we can add an M representing million. For that to happen, you can go to, again, the same thing, formatting. Under number tab, go to custom function, and with a space, giving it a space, just add an M, and it will add an M to the amounts in the chart. Now to give it a more appealing look, we can add a shape in the backend, and it will give a kind of a 3D look. That's just an optional formatting if you want to go that far. So put a picture on shape on front, and then you can move it on the back, remove the chart fill and no lines. Then what you can do is you can select the picture you have inserted. You can add it a line, border line, add a fill of white color, and add some 3D transitions.